A man knows booty when he sees booty.
Come on now.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Tom Brady should have stayed in that retirement home. He should have left.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
The Jets are better constructed right now. They're closer to a Super Bowl than the New York Giants.
I would like.
They're a quarterback away. Corey's living in his own NFL right now.
Justin Fields is playing good.
He's been playing a lot better.
You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Yeah, wow.
You don't like to hump?
Yeah.
Not a big humper?
Yo.
It's Football Friday on WHPC Sports Talk.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Yes, sir. Another Football Friday Week 13 edition of the NFL. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Friday edition of WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Your host for today, as usual, Joshua Umahi, joined by Eric Williams, Corey David, and Nico Each. How we doing, fellas?
Beans.
Let's do it, eating beans.
It's beans, bro.
Eating beans. How's everybody else doing?
I'm doing relatively good. Can't complain. You know, heading into the weekend. I got to do a couple essays that I got to get done.
Yeah, schoolwork winding down if you're a student here. Last month of the semester. So hopefully we can take some of your mind off of that today. We're going to talk Jets, Giants as usual. We're going to recap Thursday Night Football. And we're going to get into the Week 13 game picks for you as we usually do on Sports Talk. Let's get into it. We're going to start with the New York Jets. And the hottest thing going in MetLife Stadium right now is Mike White. The breakout game last week in his first start of the year, a big time 300 yards, 3 touchdowns against the Chicago Bears. But the Bears, especially with Trevor Siemian and not Justin Fields, they stink. So they have a much bigger test against the 9-2 Vikings in Minnesota. We'll see how Mike White does there. Going to break down this game in a second, but 516-572-7440 if you got any thoughts on this game or anything in general. As usual, callers, you control the show. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but back to the Jets, right? Michael Carter doubtful, and you had that breakout game by Zonovan Knight last week. He's expected to start now, so as far as good news on the injury front for the New York Jets, their starting defensive tackle, Sheldon Rankins, is expected to return this week from an elbow injury. I remember him, former Saint, great pass rusher. And let's start with that Jets pass rush in terms of key matchups to watch in this game. So you're going to have Michael Clemens. We're not even starting with their first-round pick, Jermaine Johnson. We're starting with Michael Clemens, who is, by Pro Football Focus, the highest-rated pass rusher in the NFL. And he was the Jets' late-round selection. So you pair him with Jermaine Johnson, and you get Sheldon Rankins back against the Jets' defensive line that's been hot all year against an inconsistent Vikings offensive line. We know, or Eric knows, his Cowboys put a beating on Kirk Cousins in that one game. I think it was, 40-3?
Mm-hmm.
So they get a bunch of sacks in that game. Last week, you play the Patriots, and you only give up 1 sack. So a good turnaround for them. But, again, it's a big test when you're facing the New York Jets. And that's one matchup. It's definitely going to be one to watch. But the biggest matchup in this game, Justin Jefferson versus Sauce Gardner. It's what we've been waiting for. We've been watching these two teams. We've circled this matchup on the calendar ever since Sauce Gardner got off to the start he got off to, and Justin Jefferson's doing Justin Jefferson things. So I'm going to open up the conversation with a question. What do we think are the Jets' main keys to victory in Minnesota this week?
Shut down the pass game. That's what you gotta do. You sending pressure at Kirk Cousins, he's gonna get overwhelmed.
Why do you make this try to sound like it's easy?
It's not hard.
Not with the DBs that you have. It should not be hard. No.
I mean, I know people like, oh, Justin Jefferson is just elite. People forget Adam Thielen is solid.
No,
and then you still have one of the top tight ends in T.J. Hockenson.
I'm not even talking about from the pass coverage type, like, point in the game. I'm talking about if you get to the quarterback quick enough, Kirk Cousins is going to get overwhelmed, and he's not going to be able to get the ball out.
But I think what you do is you devise protection plan. You devise protection plans around it. If you know how the Jets maneuver and you know some of the stuff that they like to run, as far as like how they like to blitz and everything like that, you can devise certain plans. Now, yes, what I would say if I'm the Vikings is I would get a lot more outlet passes involved to Dalvin Cook, who seems like he's having a down year this year. It's just my view of it. But I do think that Sauce is going to play a major role in this. Now, I think out of all the competition that he's had this year, this is probably going to be the toughest one because I feel like Justin Jefferson has that lateral movement and just those cuts that and when he breaks out of that he can only get a couple of catches on him. I don't know if he's going to dominate Sauce, but I feel like it's going to be one of them games where for like, you know, if you remember Revis was a shutdown corner. For some reason, like Moss would have a bad game, but then sometimes he'd have a good game against Revis. It's kind of like that situation. I feel like.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, Jets offense also has to be consistent because the Vikings offense can't get after the quarterback.
I mean, the defense, right?
Yeah.
And then you still have guys out there in that secondary as far as Patrick Peterson, who's just having a resurgent year. He's getting a nickname, the closer. He's been closing a lot of games.
Patrick Peterson, he surprised some people for what he's doing this year. A lot of people thought he was finished.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
But listen, all they gotta do is get the job done against the Vikings. I feel like they can win this game.
This game is winnable, but then I want to ask this question: if they lose, right? Does Zach Wilson get his job back?
No. Well, no.
Zach Wilson,
that's too vague of a question.
I'm telling you right now. I don't know if it's gonna be this game or the next game, but one of these two games coming up is gonna be the game that convinces y'all that Mike White ain't who you thought you were.
Yeah, but you have to be like significantly worse than Zach Wilson to get
really
benched.
have to stink
because he's really bad right now, like disgustingly bad right now. The dude's throwing fadeaway interceptions.
Yeah, I don't think Zach Wilson is getting a 300-yard pass game last week.
Well, not at all.
Well, look, that we don't know if that was just an anomaly or he can.
But
Mike White can do it.
It's not an anomaly because he can do it. We've seen it now.
His own wife came up to him after the game and was like, "Who are you?" that should tell you enough. I'm just saying that should tell you enough about just how of anomaly that game was. But I just feel like this game could go 50-50. Now, like it all depends on how Kurt plays. Because if you look at him when games you expected him to win, like no offense, I thought they had a good solid chance against Dallas, but they just got blown out. I thought they would at least put up a better effort than what they did. So it kind of varies. And then when you go up against a team like the Bills, who do seem like that was the team that I would expect them to lose, they put up a fight.
Yeah, I don't know. They're a very confusing team right now in the NFL. You just don't know what to expect out of a team like them right now.
They're just in a silly, goofy mood.
The one thing that I am impressed about with the Jets, though, is the fact that they're doing this with a makeshift offensive line. Like, their offensive line isn't as solid as it was expected to be. I don't even think George Fant is playing right now, is he? No, I don't even think he's been playing because I've been looking at the offensive line. He hasn't been playing. So it's kind of makeshift right now, but they're still getting the job done as far as running backs running through good lanes. So I expect them to have a solid game. I don't expect them to win. I just don't expect. And I think that is, like I said, either this game or the next game, Mike White comes back down to reality.
Okay, so say he comes back to reality, and then what? He's still better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
The team has quit on Zach Wilson. So he can come back. He's not going to go for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns every game, but I think it's safe to say that if they go back to Zach Wilson, who is, again, inactive, this is the second straight week he's inactive. Joe Flacco is QB2 again. So they don't even believe in him enough to be the backup. He's QB3. So Mike White can come back to reality. He can be, what's a lesser quarterback? He can be Joe Flacco from earlier this year. He's still going to be better than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, his issue wasn't just playing poorly, because if he didn't have that BS press conference against the Patriots game, he would still be the starting quarterback. Yeah, the team quit on him.
I feel like that press conference killed a lot of his momentum. Like as far
if he had any,
if he did,
if he had any,
it basically done him off.
It's a big game. I don't know. With better quarterback play, the Jets could be looking at 9-2. something like that, they could be a lot better than what they are right now. It could be a matchup of 9-2 teams right now, but they had the quarterback mess to deal with earlier in the season. It's a big opportunity, and it's an even bigger opportunity with the Patriots' loss last night on Thursday Night Football to the Buffalo Bills. We'll get into that a little bit, but let's go to the other local team, the New York Giants. Corey, your Giants host the 7-5 Commanders on Sunday, and the loser, despite having a winning record, will have sole possession of last place in the NFC East. And, it's not all bad with the Giants, though. And again, they come into this game having the better record, but the better momentum, that would belong to the Commanders. But as far as the Odell Beckham Jr. front, Brian Dable commented on it earlier today. He said the visit went good. Direct quote, good. That's all he said. But Sterling Shepard, the reports of Sterling Shepard FaceTiming Odell Beckham in the locker room. And it kind of backs up Saquon's comments earlier this year where he was like, the Cowboys can tweet at him, the Bills can do whatever, but, we don't have to tweet about Odell Beckham. We already have his number and all this stuff. As my ESPN Fantasy is giving me updates.
People really don't get, people don't understand, the bond those three had that first year. That first year that Saquon got in it. They was tight for a good minute. I think they all even have chains. They all have dog tag chains with each other.
How cute is that?
That's so best. That's so goals.
How cute is that? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if that's what can get us Odell, I have no problem with using friendship.
You know what? Listen. We can shut down the Odell talk real quick.
Please.
If they lose this weekend, he's not coming here.
I've been thinking about it. I think it's. Again, obviously Odell Beckham wants to win. He has an opportunity to, do that better in Dallas, but it's going to be the team that offers him the most money in year 2.
I feel like...
You think? You think he's more of a money guy right now?
He has a Super Bowl ring already. He would have been the Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get hurt.
I feel like if he wants the best shot to win, he goes to Buffalo.
You know what's weird about that?
He's only saying this because this is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking.
Hold
up.
You're
not going to win nothing in Dallas.
You're not winning nothing in Buffalo.
What's weird about this Buffalo thing, though? What's weird about this Buffalo thing is that I think it was Mike Flory of Pro Football Talk that predicted. He said Odell Beckham to the Bills was a done deal 5 weeks ago, and then the reports of the Cowboys-Giants thing came out.
The only reason why I think that is because of his relationship with Vaughn. Probably, Vaughn has been recruiting him this whole entire year. And you just see how dominant that offense is. And you got guys like Gabe Davis, who's like a secondary receiver, but he gets primary targets. So I can see Odell getting in there and just try to, just play his role and get another ring. But I don't feel like if outside of that, another team I would see him going to, if you really want to, if you're looking to win, probably go to Philly or something like that.
What?
Or Kansas City, actually.
Yeah, Philly or Kansas
Chiefs
City.
makes more.
No, don't say Philly, though.
Why?
Because they already have.
Yeah, no, he would never go to Philly. No, he would never go to Philly.
Second, a team wants to get better.
They have enough.
They have enough.
They have enough, but look, what's that
He's
saying?
not going to Philly. That was
you
not.
You have enough, you probably could get more.
I think Philly's that's
the farthest.
That is a stretch.
That's the stretches of all stretches.
Ooh, I could imagine that. You got AJ Green on one side, Odell Beckham on the other side, and Devontae Smith in the slot.
What? No.
Yeah, you see it.
Nah,
why would you put Devontae Smith in a slot and not Odell in the slot?
Yeah, Odell's a better slot receiver.
Nah,
it don't even matter. That's not happening.
Odell's an X and a Y. Like he's one of those.
No, Philly is the farthest on that list.
Odell met with the Giants yesterday.
A team. I'm gonna just throw that out there that I don't think he should go to because of the fact that it will mess his numbers up tremendously. But I think he could win there, and I do think he has a Zoom visit or something like that. It's Baltimore.
I mean, we could list off teams where we think he'd go to or where he'd fit, but I mean, the report I saw today was Giants, Cowboys, Bills. I mean, I wouldn't mind him on Baltimore. Obviously, I would love for Lamar Jackson to get a weapon, but I don't think he's on.
It's still a broken down weapon at the end of the day. It's not a prime Odell. We're not dealing with prime Odell. And the thing with Lamar Jackson that's been a recurring theme is he hasn't been getting prime receivers. He got Sammy Watkins. He always gets the kind of lower end of the receiving tread. He don't get top talent. Literally, he has to make do with a Deshaun Jackson right now.
I put it like this. Odell met with the Giants. Next season meeting with the Bills. You save the best for last, and you come meet the Cowboys after Sunday on Monday.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That way you don't have to fly out.
No. I'm hoping a certain picture that got recently put out there might do something to his perception. And you know, him being cool, LeBron. Do I really want to go there? Do I?
You're going to tell me he hasn't played for someone that has done that before? Something along those lines that feels the same way?
We don't know anything like that. We haven't had any allegations.
I don't really think that stops players anymore.
Dan Snyder, you got to keep moving. You put some dirt out on Jerry Jones, gets him out on John Mara, gets him out on all these other owners that might be doing the same stuff Jerry Jones is doing.
Speaking since we're talking about the Giants playing the Command, how trash was that Sean Taylor memorial that they had?
We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that.
I'm not no offense. I'm gonna use my age here, but as somebody who was around during that time, that Sean Taylor period, he ain't wear damn near none of that stuff. The only thing they got right was maybe the pants because it was the Reebok era and soccer cleats. That was probably about it. But if I was doing it, I would have gave him the Pat Tillman treatment and gave him a whole statue.
Yep.
It just make more sense. And it's just like every time you try to give the Commanders the Commanders some type of credit, they sometimes find some way to dilute it. And as far as them beating the Giants, Taylor Heineke will not be leaving the stadium buying some true blue Jordans. He will not be getting no red, white, and blue Jordans. At best, he'll get him some G-Unit sneakers, but he won't be getting no Jordans.
Now, I know you're a big-time Giants fan, but what football reasons do you have to back that up? Because the Commanders are rolling into MetLife Stadium with all the momentum on their side right now.
They're rolling. They do have the momentum, but just like teams like when you go up against like the Detroit line, I feel like there's teams that have certain people's number, and I feel like we can beat the Commanders.
Nah, that era is done. It's done.
It ain't never done.
4th place is yours.
4th place is ours. Watch we get 3rd place and we secure that.
Hey, 4th place still might get you in the playoffs. I mean, last place is last place, but last place isn't all that bad this year with the playoff seeding right now. So.
How many more games do you see yourself winning?
1 or 2.
No,
you're not making the.
No, he's being realistic.
I think the last couple of games is all the NFC East teams, right?
No, it is, except for, I think, one. You got the Colts.
They got the Colts and the Vikings.
Okay,
yeah.
So maybe 3. Maybe 3.
No.
Nah.
You beating Washington twice?
I think we got Washington. Look, any team that is not Washington are the Colts. Actually, talking about part of me with the Colts is I feel like we can win that game because of Matt Ryan's the quarterback. But then part of me is like that offensive line and Jonathan Taylor is just going to have to try to just run almost every single play. They're going to have to play basically a Giants type of offense. Both have not good quarterbacks at the moment, but have good running backs.
I think the Giants getting to 9 wins might be the sweet spot for them. But to do that, they're going to have to definitely win one of these games against the Commanders. I'm not going to bet on them at all to beat the Eagles at least once. They have 2 games against them. Maybe the last game of the season if the Eagles have everything wrapped up. But the game you're going to have to win is Indianapolis.
But I do feel like the team, the Commanders are on the rise. I feel like I like the running back, Robinson, number 8. He, after getting shot, like he's been playing tremendously well. I call him Little 50 out there.
Incredible recovery. It's funny. We see him recover from getting shot twice, and Michael Thomas has a little toe injury, and he doesn't want to.
You
such a bitch boy, bro. It's so funny.
My boy Michael Thomas, he been going in on Twitter.
Well, what else is new? What else is
slants?
Yo, you throw the slightest little shade at him, he going at you. And I'm just like, after all he's like, he even going after his quarterback a little bit. He was like, all you do is run slants. He said, look at my quarterbacks. I was like, wow, that.
He has an offensive player of the year, and somehow he's still the most insecure player in the NFL.
As soon as Drew Brees left, it was like it was like Space Jam. He just took all the talent with him.
Speaking of Drew Brees.
I know that man is trending today.
Yeah.
You could say he's like The Rock in being the most electrifying man on Twitter today.
Yo,
Corey's funny. Funny dude.
I saw the video, right? First off, it was in Spanish, so I had to turn on to translate real quick to understand what was going on, because all I saw was the video of some like lightning strike on Drew Brees. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So everyone's like, you have Saints beat writers tweeting about, so there's no word on Drew Brees' camp that he's okay.
But he's dead, so.
Yeah, I thought he was done for because I don't know the survival rate of getting struck by lightning, but I'm sure it's not great.
There's been people who survived it.
Has there?
Yeah, Corey survived it, and these are the outcomes.
No. This actually, crazy enough, there's actually a story of a guy surviving 2 lightning strikes. You know they say lightning don't strike twice in the same place?
Drew Brees is a Charger.
What?
There's
Okay,
a
I like
reason.
that. I like
There's a
that.
reason.
I understood that reference, Eric. I understood it. We have a caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, what's up?
Hey, it's me, Ross.
Yo, it's Ross.
What's up, Ross?
Not much. I'm going to say the Giants are going to split the Commanders. I think they win 1 game against them, and I think that they beat the Eagles on the last game of the season.
Ross,
when the Eagles had nothing to play for.
Ross, why did I feel like you was going? I knew you was going to bring me down to reality as a Giants fan. It's like this. You always put things. You always put things into the perfect perspective, and it's like right when I'm flying high, it's like Ross gonna be like, "Yeah, we're not gonna win that many games."
Well, they might win 2. That's my expectations. 9 wins, which isn't bad. I think you take that.
All right, yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, I didn't. Now that you say that, I didn't think about it. But about the Eagles being that they might be in the final game, they might just hand it in, throw it in, and just say, we have nothing to play for. We might as well just play our backups.
You think so?
But now, if they was to play their starters, right, I would just be like, my hate for the Eagles would grow even more because you remember a couple years back when the Giants had a chance to make the playoffs and they took the starters out. And
I'm still stuck on that?
Yes, I'm still stuck on that because we should have made the playoffs that year.
But you didn't.
Oh my God, we won 6 games that year. We did not deserve it.
It do not matter. We could have made the playoffs. If they just take care of business, we in.
Here's what I'll say. If we made the playoffs, Joe Judge is still our coach. So I'm glad the Eagles lost.
Yeah, you should be thankful. Like, what are you talking about?
Not necessarily. Joe Judge is still our coach.
Yeah, I think
he is. Still
Joe Judge is the reason why Daniel Jones. He's part of why Jones is not very good. He's part of it.
Daniel.
I think you can make the playoffs and still see how trash your coaching situation is.
I mean,
not with the way this league works.
He wouldn't be the coach right now, no, because after last year in that game where he did a QB sneak on like the 1 yard line.
Yes, with Jake Fromm. Of all people you're going to put on a QB sneak, is Jake Fromm.
Dumbass.
I'll say 2 things and I'll be done. Jones has been better this season, like it or not, and 2, Rangers stink.
Thank you for that one, Ross. Really appreciated that. Had to remind me that they play hockey. Thank you.
I'm telling you, Sam Rosen's not even doing the game tonight. I think he's sick. That tells you how bad the Rangers are. He made him sick.
Does that mean that dude? Who's gonna do it tonight? Is it Dave?
No, Kenny Albert.
Oh, we're chilling. That's fine. That's okay.
Thank you for the call, buddy.
See ya, bye.
Love Ross.
Ross Levine, you can hear him Monday and Wednesday here on WHPC Sports Talk. Any more thoughts on this Giants game? A couple injury updates. We have Adoree Jackson not spotted at practice. He's expected to be ruled out. But Darius Slayton, the new Giants wide receiver 1, he wasn't at practice today with an illness. So they're hopeful that he'll play. But if he doesn't play, it's
going to be real fun when the Giants get like bitch slapped this weekend. And I could come in on Wednesday and just see Corey and be like, ah!
You can say that, and then I'll still be like, I'm still able to root for a team. You have no team. You're a lost man out here. And you don't
What
have...
you mean?
What team you rooting for?
The Packers and the Jaguars. I root for the Packers to lose. It's pretty simple.
Root for the Packers.
I root for the Packers to lose.
You said you were done this season.
I root for the Packers to lose.
You root for the Packers
because if they lose more, that means Jordan Love gets out there more.
You mean?
And Aaron Rodgers has officially been put to start the game.
You know Jordan Love ain't that one.
You know what, Corey? Start watching football and get some legitimate thoughts.
He not the one.
Get some real thinking going on in that brain, Corey.
And I'm like, yo, they said that. And now that you bringing back memories, I'm like, I remember you was talking about Bryce Young being him. He the one,
He's a great quarterback. I'll take him over Jordan Love.
Last time I checked, Alabama has one of the worst records in like the
Corey,
last.
you
Just dude,
Corey,
do you
you and this
understand it's
QB
a
win
team
stuff.
sport?
You and this QB
You
win
are
stuff.
like,
I don't understand.
I can't. I'm not doing this
I
right
knew
now.
it. I
I'm
saw
not
the little
doing this
smirk
right
on
now.
your face when you started to say, I can't believe it. I can't.
I mean, y'all lost to LSU. I'm like, come on, and LSU ain't even like that this year.
They gave up 50 points to Tennessee. You're going to blame Bryce Young?
Bryce Young plays defense.
Bro, like have a legit
match that.
have a legit thought about football for once. Say something of substance. You're just gonna sit here and tell me Bryce Young is bad.
Bryce Young plays cornerback, not quarterback.
Apparently.
I ain't saying he bad, but I'm just saying he not him.
Oh,
hate
Heisman
Corey,
Trophy
yo.
winner. Heisman Trophy winner. He's not him. Okay.
There's been a lot of Heisman trophies.
No.
What's
No, we're not continuing.
No,
this
because I'm like
conversation.
this. I gotta remember.
We're really
his
not
name.
continuing.
Lamar
this
Jackson was a
conversation.
Heisman Trophy winner.
That's a
Matter of fact, hold on.
That's a quarterback right
Do
there.
you
Baker Mayfield.
blame the loss on him?
Look, Baker Mayfield was a Heisman Trophy winner
No.
as well.
Do you blame that loss?
And Cleveland ruined him. What's your point?
Cleveland ruined him, or you just you wasn't-
Cleveland ruined a lot of quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield did have a good year. One year.
I don't know how we can watch Bryce Young on the football field and Baker Mayfield on the football field, even though they both won Heisman, and say, yeah, Bryce Young's going to meet the same fate. Like,
No. Well, yeah.
I know, like, Baker Mayfield was a dog in college, but Bryce Young, watching him just... Sometimes you just watch guys and you know they're different.
And this thing about Alabama quarterbacks is starting to go because Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts are showing themselves.
Yo, 2-man for MVP. This is gonna be great.
Alabama quarterbacks are definitely playing well. And speaking of one, Mac Jones was playing a little better before yesterday, but
I forget he's from Alabama.
Yeah, he
'cause
was
he's ass.
he's mid. I'm not going to call him ass.
Oh, he's ass.
We'll agree to disagree.
Come on.
He was playing a lot better. He
Did
was
not
playing a lot
deserve
better
that Pro
before.
Bowl.
Get that man the right play caller. That's all you gotta do.
That's it right there. That's it right there. And you saw him frustrated for the first time. He finally cracked. He's dealing with the worst offensive coordinator situation thing in the league.
Who's calling plays?
Matt Patricia and Joe Judge.
Oh my God, teamwork.
Cute, right? Well, it's not working.
It's a great
not
duo.
working.
That's like an amazing duo.
And think about how bad, we were just talking about the Jets and Zach Wilson. How bad do you have to be to get outperformed by Mac Jones? Yeah, but Matt Patricia calling plays. He's a
Yeah.
defensive coordinator. He's a defensive guy calling offensive plays.
You know, Josh, technically, he knows how defenses work.
Man, stop. Man, stop. This is he is. I actually feel bad for Mac Jones. I know people were getting jokes off on him being the next whiny bitch fit quarterback in New England, but he was right to explode on the sideline. Like, yeah, the short game sucks. Give me some real plays to call. Maybe we'll have better success.
I mean,
Well, thankfully, he'll be in Tampa Bay next
look,
year. So
I feel like the same thing could be said for.
I hope so for him.
I feel like a lot of people
Better
say
for
the
him.
same thing for Lamar Jackson. They say he need a new play caller as far as like how his coaching situation is going. But you could just see how visibly upset Mac Jones was. And I remember, I want to say it was a couple, or maybe like last week. I think it was I forgot who they played. I think they played the Vikings.
Yes, on Thanksgiving.
They had a very unsuspected shootout. Like, you didn't think like it was going to go that way, but surprisingly enough, it was a good little shootout between both teams. Mac Jones really showed that he progressed. And I just remember like the game against Dallas. Like, as I think he threw a couple picks in that game against Dallas last year, but it was like at the end of the game, it was like hella close.
No, yeah, he threw
So
that.
true.
Because remember he threw the pick again, the pick six for Diggs, and then he came right back and threw a bomb, either a bomb or a short slant to and scored on him.
Yeah, Mac Jones is a guy we saw last year with Josh McDaniels. If you give him, or if you put him in the right situation, he's gonna put up numbers and produce. This year, he was actually doing that despite being held back by that horrible situation with offensive play calling, and they never really had a chance in this game. And the Patriots are 6-6. That's a great thing if you're a Jets fan. But the Bills are 9-3. We've been talking about how they haven't looked that great. Listen, we expected this team to just run away with the AFC at the start of the season with that win in the defending champions' house in SoFi Stadium against the Rams, and then they've hit a little adversity and they lose a couple of games. They lose to the Jets, they lose to the Dolphins, but I think they're just one of those teams that you can see they're not peaking right now, but the really good teams, the good to great teams, find ways to win when they don't play well.
My thing is like this, right? With the Bills, people are saying they're not they're not looking like like themselves. They're not looking as dominant. But I like this. They're crazy injured right now. A lot of their guys aren't playing. Last night, I think their first round pick, the cornerback, didn't play. But they're injured and they're banged up. If you look at Josh Allen is banged up, but he's fighting through it. That's why, look, there's only two people I compare him to as a football player. You either go Cam Newton or you go Ben Roethlisberger as a player. But because just their play style, how they're big and they take these unnecessary hits. As much as people say Lamar Jackson needs to get down and slide, like you look at last night, Josh Allen, there was a play that he did where he just jumped in the air and just took all that impact with his arms and shoulders. I was like, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, he's a maniac. He's a maniac for sure. But I find it impressive. You could tell he's just one of those generational guys that just, no matter what injury they're dealing with, it reminds me of Mahomes dealing with turf toe 2 years ago in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, where he had like no help around him in that Super Bowl. But he got there. And even though he was injured, he's just that guy. He's that talented where he's just so much better than everybody else. And we're seeing that with Josh Allen right now. An elbow injury, he's still, putting up 106 rating passing. So
I've never seen somebody so happy to have a quarterback like that. Diggs, you see Diggs look a little emotional sometimes. It's like, I'm glad to be in this position.
Had to deal with Kirk there in Minnesota for a little bit. He's definitely a lot happier with Josh Allen.
He's still getting his numbers with Kirk. So
he was, but you could tell, like, he would look at Kirk sometimes like, yo.
For real?
Actually, now that I think about it, I do remember those incidents where him and Thielen would start blacking out on Kirk Cousins on the sideline.
On the sideline in front of everybody.
Hey. Right now, he found his little heaven. I think he has 10 touchdowns this season so far. And he's the predominant wide receiver number one.
Yeah, he found the soulmate, Diggs and Allen. They're a little cute tandem. Yeah,
it
warms my heart looking at them.
Look, Josh Allen, you know how most quarterbacks try to protect the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna risk it to get it to his guys. Like
for the biscuit.
Look, I seen last night. Like literally, it was like this much space between Diggs and the sideline, and he got that touchdown. I was surprised. And then that one way he jumped out of bounds and managed to get it to Knox.
Very talented player. He got it done last night, and the Bills keep on rolling. We'll see how they do next week. Want to remind everybody right now that you're listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Once again, Joshua Umahi, joined by Eric Williams, Corey David, and Nico Each. It's that time, fellas. Ready to pick Week 13's games?
I got a question.
Oh,
who's faster, Diggs or Diggs?
The other Diggs. The third one.
Actually, it is the third one.
It is the third one.
You don't even know who the third one is.
Yes, I do.
Who the third one?
Is his name like Quandre? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No relation, though.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Don't worry.
Oh, no, I thought you was actually talking about the actual Diggs brother.
There's an actual, they have another brother.
He got, and I remember Stephon.
I'm a silly goose, Josh.
Stephon actually got him a tryout, and he was actually on the Minnesota Vikings for like a good second.
Oh, you talk about that one? Nah, I think there's 4 brothers.
No, there's only 3.
It's only 3?
You're going to tell me right now? Quandre Diggs does not relate to them?
No, he's not.
He played at Texas.
So, wow, okay.
But no,
heartbroken right now.
I'm going Stephon Diggs is faster.
Stephon Diggs.
I had all 3 of them on the same team in Madden, and I was like, yo, trio. Well.
Diggity dig.
I love Diggs.
What?
I just felt the need to.
Hold on. No, I need to ask a question. Did you change this music?
This is
no, because
CBS music, right?
We go.
Yes, this is the CBS. I'm gonna play the Fox one later.
Yeah, it all loops in together, Corey. That's how radio works.
Friday.
There we go. Football Friday. It's Week 13 in the NFL. We got some games to pick. Bye weeks, we got the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. They're probably so happy the Cardinals be on a bye week. They're probably just because there's always drama with that team.
You said the Cardinals?
The Arizona Cardinals, yep.
What? You think they're not happy? Kyler Murray
I think they're thrilled to have a bye, yeah.
Kyler Murray about to get a hella games of Call of Duty in. What? About to be all up in the chat.
Have fun with that, Kyler, but we got some games to pick, and we will start with the local football teams with some big games. We got into them a little earlier, but let's start with the New York Jets. Once again, they are at the Minnesota Vikings at 9-2, the Jets at 7-4. The Jets are 3.5-point underdogs in Minnesota. Who we got?
Jets. Jets.
Love it. Woo! Corey.
I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. It get cold in Minnesota.
It's cold in Minnesota.
Thank
I
you
was
for that.
gonna do
Nemo.
that. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it for myself.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right. I will pick
Don't you know?
I'll pick the Vikings. I'll take the Jets with the 3.5, though. On to the Giants.
This is gonna get help.
This game's going to be interesting, and even more interesting is the spread. The Giants are 1.5-point underdogs at home. Vegas loving the Commanders. Who we got?
We have the New York Giants. And
Who's
yes,
we?
Yeah, I don't know who we is. I think we all on the Commanders.
Nah, buddy.
Yeah,
with the Commanders.
You remember Uncle Phil? We? Nah, you ain't own with that one. I'm
What
sorry.
you know about that reference, youngin?
Come on.
These young people bringing
Think
up.
I ain't watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I know
You
these
watching
these
re-
Gen Z kids be so crazy.
Josh, you are
You are
literally
Gen Z.
a Gen Z
I don't
child.
know what y'all talking about. I identify as a millennial, all right?
You identify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let Josh trick y'all. That's the '97 baby out there.
Wow.
Exposed his ass like crazy. That's wild.
They do. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest in the room out here. He's all the youngest. He's all youngest to me.
I'm a millennial. I don't care what y'all saying. But I think we're all on the
You're a poser.
The Commanders.
You're a poser.
the commies, the commanders, whatever you want to say.
But-
Yeah.
Y'all really not rocking with my
I
Giants?
like that one. Yeah.
Y'all really not
No,
rocking?
we're not.
No, you're gonna lose.
Taylor Heineke will get some nice.
I'm just gonna let his nuts hang all over y'all. Just gonna whip you on the face like pop.
He probably got the true blues already.
3
Just
pounds?
knowing he gonna win.
Oh yeah,
He is not rocking.
that's a flag too.
Talk about. He's not walking out with no J's this week.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see. Corey's the only one on the Giants.
That's sad. And
It's really not.
All these people
It's
are from New York. Just want to say
Listen, we keep it real. I don't see the Giants being as injured as they are with the momentum that they have beating a hot Commanders team. I don't see it.
The other thing is the Jets are a much more likable team.
Oh, I love the Jets.
They're always a much more likable team.
I know you.
I got to co-sign that.
Yeah,
I got to.
They're so much fun. Even when they're bad, they're just a fun team to watch.
Did you
tell the truth?
Did you see the video of Darrell Reeves talking to the Jets defensive backs, just giving them advice, breaking it down? Like, they have so much cool things going on right now. The Jets are, if you're going to talk about just cool, the Jets are cooler than the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You can't debate that.
They ain't never been cool in the city like that. Stop.
They had the coolest
Jersey.
quarterback of all time win them a Super Bowl.
Huh?
They had the coolest quarterback of all time win them a Super Bowl.
Joe Namath exists.
Joe Namath ain't the coolest quarterback.
What?
You
Oh,
see that man come
all
out
right.
with the fur? Come on.
Guaranteed a Super Bowl win, bro. All
Now
right.
he let his nuts hang. Yeah,
I
3 pumps. That's a flag.
can't disagree with that. I just can't disagree.
Did all that, and then a couple years later, shot knees on the Rams. He went out sad after that.
Corey, the way you
Went out
irrationally hate on people
He
to make
went
this
out-
This dude
he
is
went
in
out
movies
sad after
and
that.
getting. Never mind.
He went out sad.
He's not
after-
worth it.
He went out sad after that.
All right.
Stop.
All right, on to the games. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-7 at the Atlanta Falcons at 5-7. Falcons are 1.5-point favorites, so Vegas loves Pittsburgh in this one. Who are we taking in this game?
It's the mid bowl.
I don't know. Both teams are kind of.
Nah.
I don't know. It's a lot of games this week where you see the losing
I don't
record
even know
against
if
losing
I don't
record.
even know if
But
Najee Harrison's playing. Nobody got to take him out my starting lineup of my fantasy team.
you know, I'll still rock with Pittsburgh.
I'll rock with Pittsburgh. This is a difficult team because like Mariota could come to play, and like both quarterbacks, both Kenny, they both playing like a similar game where they're like a running quarterback.
The same Mariota that single-handedly lost in the game last week.
But he won them a lot this year.
They need to start Desmond Ridder.
No, I disagree with that one.
Why?
Because if you're so bad, you're backing up Marcus Mariota.
I mean,
I
no,
don't think you should be starting
it's not
an
even
NFL
about
game.
that. He's a rookie. They just want. I don't know why they're coddling him.
So yeah, so I'm going. So me personally, I'm going with probably. I'll go Atlanta, just because I see Cordell Patterson doing something.
Yeah, I'll go Falcons too.
Pittsburgh.
Black and yellow.
All right, on to from the black and yellow to the, what do you call the Packers colors?
Yellow and green.
Yeah, or people call it gold and green. I don't know. That's weird. Green Bay Packers, regardless, are at the 3-9 Chicago Bears. Fields is back. And the Bears are 2.5-point underdogs at home. You know what? I'm going to pick the Bears. Aaron Rodgers has won 7 straight games against the Bears, but as you can see, not a lot has gone right for Aaron Rodgers this year. I think it continues with a loss. I can't believe I'm saying this. Yep, Aaron Rodgers is going to lose to the Bears this week. It's going to happen. But Nico, how do you feel?
I'll take my boys in Green Bay.
Yeah?
Christian Watson's been really good lately.
I picked him up.
The only thing that's going to lose us is Matt LaFleur.
I picked that boy up in fantasy.
So did I. Christian Watson, he's going to carry a lot of fantasy teams down the stretch.
Since he had that 3 TD game, I was like, he the one.
So, Corey, who you rocking with this game?
Aaron already said, I own you. You don't say that unless you mean that. Like, look, I can have a bad year, but even in my bad year, I'm still going to beat you. Like, when I...
You know what? I don't hate that take because, like Nico said earlier, this month, he saw the star, Aaron Rodgers. And
look, you got that one thing.
Remember
like,
what it was.
You got that one team, like say you have playing on a basketball team. You could have a bad season, but you know when that one team that you always beat, that you can beat them no matter what, even in a down year.
Did he just censor himself?
He did.
I did.
You can say that word.
Professionalism at its finest.
Shut up.
Professionalism at its finest. I don't even need the dump button.
Eric, who you got, man?
Obviously seeing Green Bay give up a lot of yards to Jalen Hurts last week. I think Chicago's going to win this game solely off their run game.
All right, 2 on Green Bay, 2 on Chicago. We'll keep it pushing with, again, this is another one of those games where both teams have losing records, but this is going to be an entertaining-ass game. The Jaguars at the Lions. The Lions are 1.5-point favorites. I'm going to start with Nico on this one because I know you're high on both these teams. Who we picking?
Give me T-Law, baby.
Yep.
He's here.
I agree.
He's arrived.
I agree.
4 touchdowns.
I agree.
Yeah.
We're in lockstep on this one.
This
is actually, like, where are they playing at? Detroit.
Detroit.
This is tough because I feel like Amon-Ra, Brown, Williams, they all have to be. I'm gonna go Detroit. I'm gonna get my Cartier buffs. I'm going with Detroit.
The fighting Dan Campbells you're rolling with?
Yeah.
I don't hate that pick. It's gonna be an entertaining game.
Part of me wanted to go Duval. Like I want to just Duval.
See, if I wasn't a Packers fan, I'd be a Jaguars fan.
You know what? If I wasn't a Saints fan, I'm not gonna go as far to say that, but I love everything they have going on with Peterson, with Trevor Lawrence. ETN's playing great.
Look, that'd be the last thing I'd do in my life. Be a Jaguars fan. Be a Jaguars fan? Nope.
Oh, yeah, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Why would I not root for a great future quarterback and a Super Bowl winning coach?
I'll be a Cowboys fan before I be a Jaguars fan.
You do not mean that.
You know, at least I know I have some wins coming my way.
You exaggerating crazy.
Yo,
I know I have something positive in life coming my way. If I was even if I was a Cowboys fan, heck, even if I was a Detroit Lions fan, I know something.
Weren't you a Cowboys fan?
He really just be saying things, bro.
Weren't you a Cowboys fan to start out?
No.
Oh, you were a Terrell Owens fan. I'm sorry. You was watching.
No, you told us that story.
You told us that story. Accusations, false accusations.
It's on the radio. It's on the.
You said
it's on Spotify, actually.
Where is this footage at? You're making up stories on my name.
You're gonna say something on the air and act like it didn't happen.
If you can have, you don't got proof.
I'm sure we can find it. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Look, if the script does not fit, you can't get with it.
Enough with you. Eric, who you got in this game?
Yeah, I'm taking. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm taking Jacksonville.
All right, 3 of us on Jacksonville. Corey's with the Lions. Let's move to another interesting game. The Titans at the Eagles. I'm just telling you this right now. Eagles struggle to stop the run. Who's coming to town? That'd be Derrick Henry. Give me the Titans. Who we got?
I'll take the Eagles. But if they lose, then I'm really concerned. Which also means that we're not going to have a good Super Bowl this year, so...
We're probably going to get something nasty like
every
the Vikings.
team's bad.
We're going to get the Vikings in like the...
If it's Vikings-Chiefs, I think that would be fun. To just watch the Vikings lose by 50, but...
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, just off the fact that based on how you all you gotta do is crowd the box against them. They don't have any outside real weapons. Like you're not scaring me with Robert Woods and Burks.
Burks has been playing
Burks has
great
been
lately.
amazing, yeah.
And it's not that easy to just say stuff the box against Derrick Henry. If that was the case, everyone would stop there.
Yeah, everybody would be stuffing the box.
Oh, you're not wrong, Nico.
Stuff in the box.
Stuff in the box.
But
all you have to do, stuff the box.
I feel like they have the weapons. I feel like they have the weapons. Like people, you say like they as far as they have trouble running with the run game, but these last couple of weeks they've been showing that they can actually withstand that. With Ndamukong Suh and Lavelle Joseph getting those weapons, and then you still have Jordan Davis down the pipe. Only thing I can say though is Garner Johnson. What's his name? Garner Johnson towards kidney.
Yeah, he's down. He's down.
Lacerated kidney.
Lacerated kidney.
Leads the league in interceptions.
And it was crazy thing. It was a hit that he did. Like, he was the one that was doing the hit.
That's a rough injury, man.
It's not what you want.
Stop bleeding.
That's a rough injury.
Stop bleeding with your shoulders.
Man.
Who you got, Eric?
Thank you, Nico.
You're welcome.
Let's see how Dallas Hart about to bleed. I know who he going with.
Just pick Philly.
He gonna go Tennessee.
Be realistic a little bit.
Tennessee is gonna win.
I know he's gonna go Tennessee.
You're such a silly goose.
Eagles don't.
That's the hate. That's that.
Eagles
That's that.
I know.
That's that cowboy hater.
They're not a real. What are they? 9-1.
10-1.
They're not a real 10-1 team.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I think Tennessee trips them up this weekend. We'll see what happens. 5.5 point favorites the Eagles are. Let's move to the Ravens hosting.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Who we got?
Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's picking Denver. I don't think anybody's picking Denver.
Nobody went to his birthday.
I dare somebody. Oh.
No! Stop.
He's thinking
I
about it.
already
Right?
see it.
He's thinking about it.
No, heck no. What I was about to say is Broncos country ain't saying let's ride. They saying if we see Russ on the sidewalk or something, we gonna do a drive by. Look, this man is horrible. Like, yo, watching defensive linemen go into like the sideline, barking on him. He just like, yeah. I was like, what happened to this man?
What do you mean? What happened to that man?
What happened?
That's who he's always been.
He's too spicy.
No, look, if you ever watched The Wire, there was a scene where it said Mike ain't Mike no. Russ ain't Russ no more, man. He ain't the same.
What if he was always a product of Pete Carroll?
Oh, it's obvious now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Geno Smith.
I'm like, yo,
Dude's balling.
I know for a fact, like, yo, like there's a yo. We wasn't expecting this. Where's the Super Bowl Russ at? Where's this guy at?
It's dangerously good.
It's dangerously gone.
You're not wrong. Not wrong. Let's move on.
Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
We're all in Baltimore. The Browns at the Texans. Welcome back, Deshaun Watson. Welcome.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I hope there's like 15 like lotion bottles just in his locker room, like in his little cubby. I hope they're just teasing him with lotion.
No,
You think he's going to bring a lot to the table this week?
Oh, he's gonna bring it all to the table. He's just gonna unleash on the table.
No, he's bringing.
He's gonna come with it.
He is the table.
He's the table. It's so much he made a table. That's crazy.
No, when you say that they would put that in his locker, I wouldn't see that. But what I would see is like Houston fans. Are they playing in Houston?
Yeah.
I can see them doing. Remember when a couple years ago something happened in Bills Stadium? They threw a certain item on the field. That I can see. They throwing a bunch of massage oil on the field, and the signs, CBS or whatever this channel is hosting again. They're gonna have to avoid a lot of signs.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be
that
crazy.
Should not be playing
it's gonna
football,
be crazy
bro.
out here.
So,
and I heard some of the victims are actually going to be in attendance.
That's the stupidest thing.
What?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Even the lawyer.
No.
Nah. Yeah.
Why are they going?
Because they can't let him get away with it, Eric. You just have to watch him and just keep an eye on him. You know what I mean?
Keep an eye on the lawyer. I think the lawyer who's prosecuting.
Yeah, the lawyer organized it. But,
Yeah,
It's a dumb lawyer. Respectfully, I would never do that to you.
People don't realize like all this came out as soon as Deshaun Watson said, "Yeah, I don't want to be here no more." As soon as he said
wonder
that,
why.
As soon as he said that, this Texas lawyer said, "You don't want to be here no more? Let me see what I can find
Are
about you."
you alleging something, Corey?
I don't know, but he had a little Drewski moment. He said, "Let me find out something about you real quick. Let me see how you really living out here."
Are we all on the Browns though? Who we got winning this game?
It's probably going to be the Browns, but I really want Houston to win.
The Browns. You know I had to double it. The Browns.
Why is that such a mischievous pick? Like I don't trust that pick. I don't feel safe around that pick.
You don't feel safe around that pick?
I don't feel safe around that.
Derek Stingley and Brandon Cooks aren't playing, so
Yeah, they're
Deshaun
cooked.
Watson, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, heel turn for Deshaun Watson. We'll see what happens.
But I do feel sorry for Jacoby Brissett.
I really don't, but let's keep pushing. You want me to? No, I don't. Seattle at the Rams. Seattle 6-5. They're 5.5 point favorites in Los Angeles. The Rams are cooked. We all in Seattle?
Tie.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yo.
No, stop.
Tie.
Not this
Tie.
game. No,
I just say,
tie.
I feel sorry for. Look, Aaron Donald had to be like, I came back. I could have retired a Super Bowl champ. I came back for another year, and this is I gotta deal with.
They ass.
Poor Aaron Donald. Won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl ring. It has to be
See?
3-8. Oh, some feel
People
so bad
named
for him.
Aaron. They're just not on good teams this year. Maybe they're the issue.
You're on a good track with that.
Nah,
actually.
I think-
Yeah.
What
I
was
can
that?
name one good Aaron. Aaron
I
Jones.
forgot
That's
I forgot the backup quarterback. Not who's behind Stafford.
Bryce Perkins
No,
or John
not-
Wolford.
John Wolford, who he sucks. He cost him that season as soon as he threw that horrible pass to Cooper Kupp that got him injured.
Oh, poor
As general
Rams.
manager.
Poor Rams.
Won't.
Let's move on, right? Let's go to the Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. This is a game right here. Niners 3.5 point favorites at home. Dolphins have won 5 straight. Who we got?
Let's see.
To a man. 5 touchdowns.
Against that Niners defense?
He's going to sling it. He's cementing his MVP.
Look, I'm going with my guys from the Bay Area. We going with San Francisco 49ers. I feel like that defense can stifle what the Miami Dolphins have going on right now.
No.
No.
We're going with the guys. Dade County, Miami, Florida. Tua Tagovailoa.
Why you sounding like a New York DJ giving a drop? Like,
You sound like Paulie D right there. That's why.
Eric's got a future in radio. boy.
He sound like Funkmaster Flex dropping a new song. Yo, this is Tua, man. He's going Dade County 305, and then he get a bomb drop. Cypher, don't get gas.
Drop the bomb like 12 times.
This is
I wish we had the Joe Budden bomb movie.
this is the best sports show on the
Automatically just
radio,
press a
bro.
button.
You can't tell me different. I'll rock with the Niners, though.
Come on, Josh. To a man.
I gotta rock with the Niners. Their defense is rolling. I'm always gonna choose defense.
When did this Tua hype train start?
Well,
What do you mean, when did it start?
You know what? When it started, when people started comparing him to Davis Mills. Like, don't disrespect that man. Please don't.
Yo, I gotta
disrespect
say
that
though,
man.
when you flip the video when Tua throws, it looks a lot better when he throws righty.
It's funny how that works, right?
It's insane.
It's crazy how that works, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to save him. Flipped camera
But
or not.
wasn't he forced to be a lefty? He was forced to be a lefty.
That's on him.
He's not a natural.
Boo hoo. He's amazing at it.
I agree, Nico.
One second. The craziest thing is when guys like Tua do it, no problem. But when guys like Ben Simmons do it, we all hate him for it.
Oh, Ben.
Well,
get
no,
out of-
wait,
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no,
tell me
no,
Tua
no,
didn't get
no,
no
no,
hate?
no, no,
You're gonna tell me Tua didn't go no hate?
No. We're not bringing up Ben Simmons during a football pick show. Not doing it. On to the next game. The Chiefs at the Bengals. The Bengals have won the last 3 games against the Chiefs outright, straight up. Bengals are 3.5 point underdogs though at home. Man, give me the Bengals. Take the points outright. Give me Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase, by the way, 11 catches, 238, 3 touchdowns last year against the Bengals. So
It's him.
he's back. I don't see the Chiefs contending with that, but who we got?
That was on
Bungles.
Charvarius Ward, though. He's
You're
no
right.
longer there.
You're right, but you talk about Justin Reed. They're talking smack back and forth, the Chiefs and the Bengals. These two teams don't like each other. It's going to be on prime time. Who we picking?
Bungles.
We are going Kansas City.
Bengals.
Yeah.
All right,
Yo,
there
we
we
go
have it.
Kansas City. Travis Kelce gonna get like 2 TDs. Easy.
All right, last 2 games on the Sunday slate. The red hot Las Vegas Raiders at 4-7. They've won 2 straight.
Why is this?
They host the 6-5 LA Chargers. Give me the Raiders outright at home, even though they're underdogs. Who we got real
Why
quick?
is this game? Why is this
Chargers.
Why is this game in prime time? Why is this game prime time?
I don't know.
Yes.
Because, you know why? This is a West Coast game. They can't play at 1 o'clock.
Any other week, Dallas has like a strong. Colts ain't it for me. I'm tired of seeing the Colts in primetime. It's just like watching the Bears or the Broncos in primetime. I'm tired of those
talking about Chargers.
Yo, we're talking.
I thought y'all was talking about the. I thought y'all was talking about the.
I was like, hold on.
I thought y'all was talking about the Dallas Cowboys game. My fault.
You know what? Let's
say, you know what?
Let's just pick that game.
No, wait, say time out. You know why I did that? I don't care about neither one of those teams playing. The Chargers are the Raiders.
Fair point.
Shout out Zach Turkel. Your team is ass, buddy.
I mean, they're not gonna make the playoffs. So
No,
I gotta agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
quick question. What do you think is gonna happen to Derek Carr after the season? Do you think he still has a job?
You're going to Indianapolis, baby.
Why would you do? Yo, they are cursed to keep getting these mediocre
Because
quarterbacks.
they suck at running a franchise.
Except building an offensive line. They know how to do that.
Yeah, after Andrew Luck leaves.
so we accidentally landed on the Colts-Cowboys game. Eric, I understand you're going to this game in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So I naturally expect you picking Dallas. But what do you think are the key points to victory for the Cowboys?
There's not
on
even
Sunday?
a key point to victory. I mean, you should just stop the run.
Just play football.
Yeah. To stop the run is a great point. And when they do that, I think the Cowboys are not unbeatable, but they're tough to contend with. Real quick, we on the Cowboys?
Colts.
They're fighting Jeff Saturdays. All right, Corey.
I had to because
I'm going.
I love Eric, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm here for the comedy. So
I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, there you
I
have
think
it.
that's the first time I heard him say that all season.
What? That I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
No.
didn't you choose that for Thanksgiving?
Yes,
actually?
I chose
you
Cowboys
did.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I was realistic.
He did.
See, they really think I hate like that. Like I'm really unrealistic. No, I'm not.
You're up
stupid.
there. You're up there, buddy.
I'm not. I'm not
You're there.
crazy.
You're there.
Thank you for that, Corey. And with that, the NFL Week 13 picks are in. We will call it a show on that note. Enjoy this weekend's game, everybody. From Eric Williams, Corey David, Nico Weech, I am Joshua Umahi saying so long. Thank you once again for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College. What?
I'm
This
sorry.
better be good. This better be good. How are you just going to interrupt me before I end the show?
I just want to know, was Drake a psychic when he was wearing them CP3 jerseys?
Man, 90.3 WHPC.